Okay, so what you're going to do, once you draw your rectangle, you've labeled your crimson red, number 924. You've labeled your orange, number 918. You found both of your colors, okay? Then we want to start thinking about how we're going to do this, okay? We want them to blend together. Now, if you take two colors, okay, and you have them come right up next to each other, let me do it this way, okay? They come right up next to each other and they sit next to each other like this. They form a line in between. They butt up next to each other, but they don't blend together, right? So when we're doing this coloring, we actually want them to overlap, okay? Because if they butt up next to each other, they don't blend. If they overlap, the overlapping parts start to blend together, and that's where you get that fade and that melt from one color to the other, okay? So I definitely know I want my crimson red to come all the way past the middle, and I'm going to make a line right here to indicate that when I do my crimson red, I'm going to color it all the way to over here, okay? It's about 3/4 of the way. I'm going to do the same thing with my orange. On the right-hand side, I'm going to go towards the left, and I know I want my orange to go past that red line and go about 3/4, more or less, the opposite direction, okay? So my orange will go to here. Bless you. Okay, now, the thing about Prismas, guys, patience. You have to have a lot of patience. We're going to do many light layers, light pressure. And we're going to do little circles with our pencils, okay? Just like we did when we were shading with graphite earlier in the year with our pencils. So I'm going to take my crimson red. I want you to just watch me, okay? And I do have something underneath this, and it's kind of showing through. It's like, you know, you have bumps underneath and it shows through. Okay, so I am doing a lighter pressure. I'm doing my little circles, and I'm going all the way over to the right. And I'm going to go all the way to this line right here. So I'm going to keep going. I want to keep my pressure light. And as I get to that line, I'm going to lighten up my pressure even more to just kind of fade it off, to see if I can just make it kind of just totally disappear. I don't want to have any sort of line at the end if I can help it. Okay, does that look pretty light to you? Okay, I want you to give it a try. Shh. Give it a try. Let's go.
No, that's too hard. What the? How do you do that?
What the what? With my mad skills.
Wait, you said we do it with the orange or the red?
That's the red. See how it says crimson red? That's the red. Okay, so we're start on the left with the red. Yes. Okay, this is good. Over here I have a drawer that says Prismas. If you walk over here and open it, there should be a whole container of those reds. Okay, so you can help yourself to one. I figured that somebody would be missing. Perfect. Okay, now after, keep going. It's right over here. Nope.
Push that button. I'm gonna lock that.
Here.
Boop.
Over here.
It's too light.
Okay, so now we want to do the same thing with the orange, okay? So we are going to come to the right-hand side. We're going to do little circles with our orange, light pressure. And I'm doing this faster than I probably normally would, just for the sake of demonstrating to you guys. I think if I was doing it personally, I'd go even slower and be more cautious. See, I'm getting to that point where the red is, and when I get to that red, I'm going to go over it farther. Okay, they're going to overlap. So now I'm going to the left, and I'm overlapping. I'm staying inside the lines because I know how to do that because I've been practicing all year long. And I'm going right about to here where my orange line is indicated. And I've done one layer. And now I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another layer. Yeah, I would say at least 5. Yeah, it takes time. So I want to come back here, staying inside these lines. Now, give yourself some time because you'll get better, but it takes practice, okay? So we're gonna keep going. I'm on
It's
my
getting darker.
second, yeah, as it overlaps, guys, it'll build up that color, okay, and it'll become more saturated and brighter. It's not necessarily getting darker, it's getting brighter. So I did my second layer of my red. Now I'm gonna do my second layer of my orange. And I go so fast because I just have experience. I've already done it for like 2 hours today, so bless you. That does make me work faster. Nah, I'm not weak. My hand doesn't hurt.
She's professional.
I'm professional. Okay, so I'm continuing on to the left. Okay, see how I'm going all the way over to this left-hand line. So you can see this middle area where it's starting to overlap, it is kind of getting darker. Okay, now I'm going to do, good, now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to keep going. Back and forth and back and forth. When you get to maybe the fourth layer, you could probably increase your pressure a bit, but you just need to be very careful. If you go too hard with the pressure, you form these permanent lines that you actually can't get rid of because you can't really erase these. Yeah, that's lovely. Probably looks better than mine. Yay. Okay. Yeah, it looks very good from here.
This is my
Looks, oh, I don't, it looks good from where I'm at. Well, keep working. If you think it could be better, then keep working on it.
They're not blending at all. They just, it's two separate ones. Yeah, same with mine.
Give it more time. It'll build up. Yes. Yeah, give it more time. It takes time to build up. Okay, I'm going to do another, is this like the third layer of the orange? I'm not really sure. We're going to keep going back and forth and back and forth.
Wait, so what is the middle color?
So the middle color, that the overlapping, it's like a blend between the crimson and the orange. It's like a crimson orange, basically.
They would call it crimson.
Yeah, or an orange crimson, I guess. Just depending upon how you wanted to say it. Now, if you look at this one right here, if you compare it with the other one above it, they're getting closer, right? But what's wrong with this one? It's not done. What's the deal? It's too light. Can you see little white spots of paper?
Yeah.
Okay, that means that you need to add more layers because it needs to be thick. You don't want to see any white spots of paper. And at the end, you want the wax so built up that it's shiny. Okay? And I'll show you guys how to make it shiny.
Whatever, I just push real hard.
What you got?
I'm on my fourth layer.
It looks a little cartoony. It's because I just drew the eyes so I knew where they are.
The eyes are really big. Is that where the eyes really are?
Mine is starting to
Are you sure? Do you have a picture?
Yeah, but it's in my Chromebook all the way down.
Go get it.
Because her snout is like larger because she's in many groups. That's why.
Go get your picture.
on the fourth layer, you can start going harder.
Yeah, I would say right about this layer, on this left-hand side where the crimson is, I can start pushing a little harder. Okay, and that kind of will speed it up for me, but if I'm not careful, I'll end up with these permanent lines that I don't want. So I definitely need to be pretty cautious. And I kind of start to lighten my pressure up, guys, as I get to the middle, because I don't want to overdo it. Oh, that looks nice from here. It looks really good. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the orange. I'm getting to kind of my last layers, which is good because I'm getting to about 9 minutes on this video. Goodness.
That's already been 10 minutes.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Like it's been like 5 minutes.
So, yeah, if you end up pushing really hard, it does make your hand tired. One of the good things about the light pressure technique is your hands don't get as tired. Okay, it just takes longer. Yeah, it looks really good.
My hands still get tired if I color.
Yeah.
So you can tell that you're doing too hard of pressure.
Yeah, if your hands are getting tired, like mine are tired right now, it's because I'm rushing. And I'm pushing hard just to fill in.
I'm on my last layer. I'm on my fifth layer.
Okay. Yes, but I do see a very harsh line at the end of the red. You need to fade. You need to do light pressure to fade that out. Now, it doesn't really. I don't have a number of layers. It's just until it looks like you don't see any white spots and it's good enough. Give me 1 second. So the last thing that I'm gonna do, guys, and I don't know, I probably did 5 or 6 layers. Once you're done and you feel like you've done enough layers, because I do see some of you giving me the look, which means you must be ready. You would take a paper towel. You can get one when I'm done. You wrap it around your finger. Okay. You do hard pressure, and you do little circles, and it's called buffing. Okay. Kind of like you'd shine a shoe. You want to buff up your color, and then when you finish buffing it, it gets all, can you see how shiny it is? I don't know if you guys can see the shiny. Yeah. It gets all shiny, okay? And that's how you know when it buffs really well and there's no white spots, that's how you know you did it, okay?